We have some news just coming in. Let's go straight to these developments. This is a stunning, unsporting comment made by the Pakistan Cricket Board. The Pakistan board calls India Dushman Mulk. India rolls out the red carpet for the Pakistan team, as we've seen. Petty Pakistan brands India Dushman Mulk.
मोहब्बत से अपने हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं खाली पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने उनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है।
Okay, so you heard that comment from the PCB chairman, Zaka Ashraf. He's fueled the controversy undoubtedly with his Dushman Mulk remark, in spite of the fact that India has rolled out a red carpet for players from Pakistan. The Pakistan cricket team, remember, made its arrival in India. And in spite of the fact that India, in fact, welcomed them, this comment has been made by Pakistan. In fact, the team made its arrival in India on Wednesday, marking their first ever visit to the country in 7 years as they prepare for the 2023 ODI World Cup, which is to start on the 5th of October. This petty remark from Pakistan, branding India as Dushman Mulk has now gone viral. This is from the Pakistan Cricket Board Chairperson, Zaka Ashraf, who has called India Dushman Mulk, in spite of the fact that India has rolled out the red carpet for the Pakistan team. Manoj is in fact getting us more details on that story from Hyderabad, where the team is right now. The Pakistan team is staying. Manoj, we saw the kind of welcome they got in India. India rolled out a red carpet for the cricketers from Pakistan, but in spite of the fact that we have done so much, we have a very distasteful sort of a comment coming in from the chairman of the Cricket Board of Pakistan, who calls us an enemy country.
Yes, Neha, exactly. And the thing here is, as we mentioned, that the kind of reception the Pakistani team has received over here in India upon their arrival, and today as well when they were leaving from the team hotel. But the thing is, Zaka Ashraf is making all those comments, but it's his team who will face all those repercussions over here, because whenever they will face the press, obviously they will be asked about the question regarding the remarks of Zaka Ashraf, which were unnecessary, which were unwanted, and even in Pakistan the fans aren't happy with the way he has dealt that press conference over there, referring India to as Dushman Mulk. It was kind of very childish from his part, and it has been the case with PCB presidents if we see over a period of time, like from Ramiz Raza to then Najam Sethi and then to Zaka Ashraf. They all have been criticizing India unnecessarily. We all know what happened in the Asia Cup when there were rains and all, everything. They were putting the blame on BCCI, which have, as you mentioned rightly, which has, and their players even have acknowledged all that love.
Yes, be with us, Manoj. Just coming back to you in a moment with the very latest on that. Rather distasteful, Nikhil, in spite of the fact that they got option here in India when they reached, isn't it?
Absolutely, Sneha. Back to just 4 weeks ago, you had the BCCI president in Roger Binney, as well as Vice President Rajiv Shukla, travel to Pakistan. The same PCB chief, Zaka Ashraf, had high words of praise for India as well as the BCCI. They said both countries have to, join hands and go together, and all such statements were coming out of Pakistan. 4 weeks later, we hear him referring to India as Dushman Mulk. Probably this is a way for the PCB chief to deflect attention of how badly that they've been managing the Pakistan Cricket Board. If you listen to that soundbite that you just played, that was in connection, the question was asked in connection to the fact that the Pakistan players hadn't been paid for a very long time, that their contracts had run out and yet they hadn't been renewed. They have now been renewed, and probably to deflect attention, Zaka Ashraf comes and says that, listen, I want the morale of my players to be very high, especially when they are going to, quote unquote, Dushman Mulk to play a big tournament like the World Cup. That is what he refers to India. This also probably reflects the double standards, as I was just talking about, between, what the players are receiving. Remember, you're showing those visuals of the warm welcome that the players received. We also had a report on India Today yesterday how, in terms of their food requirement, everything was being done to provide them with that. You had the captain of the Pakistan team, Babar Azam, as well as Mohammad Rizwan, just yesterday put out a story and actually thanked the Indian cricket authorities in the kind of welcome that they were accorded when they landed here in India. We had Babar Azam just about a week ago, before he left Pakistan, come out and say that we've heard all the matches in India have been sold out. All Pakistan matches not involving India have been sold out. So they're actually expecting Indian fans to come and cheer for the Pakistan team. This is what the cricket team is expecting. But what does Zaka Ashraf do? Come out and issue a statement like that. What that will do is not give them the kind of support that they were looking for. In fact, put pressure on those Pakistani players, because once you come out with a statement like that, you can't afford to lose a match. You might have the Indian team take onto the field with less pressure, but the Pakistan team, after their chairman says these things, come 14th, when that game between India and Pakistan is going to be played, all the pressure will be on the Pakistan players, because there's a disconnect clearly in what the players are saying and what the PCB chief now has issued a statement.
Definitely, there will be, and look at the questions that they'll be asked undoubtedly about these comments from the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman. Listen in once again to what Zaka Ashraf said.
मोहब्बत से अपने हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं खाली पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने इनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं, ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है।
Nikhil continues to be with us, and so does Manoj. In fact, Manoj, I'm just going to ask you this about the fact that this again is a comment that will leave the cricketers from Pakistan embarrassed. What are you really picking up also as far as this distasteful remark is concerned, vis-a-vis how uncomfortable it's going to really leave the cricketers there?
Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, whenever they will face the press next, as of now, I'm waiting here for the match to start, the warm-up fixture. I'm not sure whether there will be a press conference or a press interaction after that or not. But whenever Pakistan team or Pakistan players or the Pakistan captain, whoever will face the press, they will be asked those questions, that what you have to say about the comments made by Zaka Ashraf. The best they could do is to say that we are not aware of the matter. This is the best they could do. But the problem is, time and again, the Pakistan Cricket Board and the Pakistani Cricket Board presidents, they have been dragging India unnecessarily. Be it Asia Cup, be it revenue sharing model, be it anything. Even whenever they make references regarding their leagues or their contracts, without any need, they always try to drag India into it, and they try to make headlines. I think that's the only way they could stay relevant. It seems like that. At times, it seems like they could only stay relevant by making such rubbish statements addressing the press, and I think the Pakistani fans, even the Pakistani fans, they have criticized Zaka Ashraf for the kind of statement he had made regarding India, referring to India as Dushman Mulk. So the Pakistani fans are also not very happy with the way Zaka Ashraf made that statement.
Certainly not. But how is the BCCI also going to respond to that is something that remains to be seen. Given that already, Manoj, the opinion, and I'll go, in fact, put that question to Nikhil now. Nikhil, in fact, given that already there's the opinion in the country has always been mixed about, cricketers from Pakistan coming here, playing cricket here, in India. There have been so many reactions to this. And after that, this comment from the chairman of the PCB here, how is the BCCI also looking at this?
Well, I tell you what, Sneha, the BCCI, not in terms of statements, but in terms of their action, have already responded to Pakistan and the stance that we've seen. And as Manoj earlier pointed out, it's not just with Zaka Ashraf. We heard Najam Sethi, who was the former PCB chief, just a short while ago during the Asia Cup, come up with outrageous comments like India is actually scared of playing Pakistan on the cricket field. That's why they decided to have the Asia Cup in Sri Lanka. You had previous presidents of the PCB also come out with certain statements. What the BCCI has done for very long, and this is the difference between Pakistan and India, the Pakistan Cricket Board has political connections. You're talking about Zaka Ashraf. He himself was a politician. He was with Pakistan's People's Party. He has cousins who are in different governments, in Tehreek-e-Insaf as well. He's got cousins who are part of the government. So the Pakistan Cricket Board always has, political connections. That's why the statements that come out of the PCB often have that color of politics in them. The BCCI always remains independent, but the BCCI stance has been clear. They have refused to tour Pakistan. They've refused to have any sort of bilateral cricket with Pakistan. And even when we talk about multi-nation tournaments, the BCCI has refused to go to Pakistan. And that probably is another reason from where this hatred stems from. The fact that Zaka Ashraf, he was the one who was trying to negotiate and have that Asia Cup in Pakistan. The BCCI had none of it, which is why you see such statements like Dushman Mulk come out of the PCB. Talking about the BCCI, it's going to be very rare for BCCI to issue a statement on this. But as I said, BCCI's stance has been hard, where they've refused to indulge with Pakistan in any form of cricket. Yes, when it comes to a World Cup, a multi-nation tournament, you have to play Pakistan. But the other thing that the BCCI has made clear, that we're not going to be playing, even if it's a multi-nation tournament, on Pakistani soil. And they've got their way so far. And that is why I say probably you have to go to the genesis of why such statements always come out from PCB chiefs, is because they've never been able to impose what they want. It's always the BCCI that has got its way when it comes to international cricketing relations.
Absolutely, and with that statement, undoubtedly the chairman of the PCB has only ended up embarrassing Pakistan players right now, who, by the way, are in India. And like we said, a red carpet was rolled out to them. The commencement, of course, of the match is on the 5th of October. Nikhil and Manoj, I'm going to thank you both for joining in with your perspective and your views on that story.